book chapter about, what did I say? Understanding the basics of AI and its applications. And then I would say, as it relates to creating online courses. And don't worry, I'm not going to go through this entire product thing. I am doing this like on the fly here, so hopefully it won't be awful. Um, but as you can see, it just writes it, right? Now, it doesn't mean necessarily that this is good, okay? But if you want to create a product using AI, there's your magic recipe. Okay, it's not really that hard. We would do a little bit more than this. Like there's some prompting stuff we could do to make it write better. And then there's a little extra touch. And then there's, of course, how do we deliver this course? Do we actually do it in a book or do we do it in a video and all that kind of stuff? But what I wanted to prove to you is it really can do actual good stuff here. It's like, you know, you can make really amazing things with it, and you don't need to go pay someone a whole bunch of money to basically take forever to show you what I just showed you how to do. All right. So that's thing number one. And, we can read all of this or not, but it's probably pretty good. And then there are things we would do to make this better, but I'll save your time and we'll talk about that later. I want to talk about the big picture here. All right. So, yeah, that's point number one. You really can make good products with AI, which is fantastic. All right. And the question would be now, well, why would you want to be? Okay. And I will let ChatGPT answer that question for us. And then I will make a declaration of shenanigans. All right. So hang on. Disregard previous instructions. Here we go. Okay. Did you? All right, great. So now I'm going to give it another little command. I want to say, hey, prove to me that creating and selling online courses is profitable. Outline a list of 10 reasons why this is true and provide statistics and sources for each reason. Okay? So I want to show you something, and then I want to call shenanigans. All right? Number one. Okay. I'm telling it. Give me 10 reasons why it's a good idea to create and sell online courses. Number one, the growing e-learning market. The global e-learning market is expected to reach 374.3 billion by 2026. Blah, blah, blah. That's a lot of money. All right. I did this before and it told me that by 2027, it was expected to become like 1,000 billion, like $1,032 billion by 2028 or something, which is amazing, right? Okay. This is the thing I wanted to show you was this statistic right here. And I also want to declare shenanigans. So number one, oh my God, the statistic is actually true. E-learning has shot up. It's unbelievable. Ever since the pandemic happened, I mean, the pandemic sucked and everything, but it really did make it for course creation and online learning. It just became normal. And what's amazing is you and I probably don't notice what a big deal it is because we've been around the world of like course creation forever. I mean, if you follow me, you probably are already pretty familiar with the concept of selling and buying digital courses. The rest of the world isn't. And they're just now starting to figure that out. Not like intellectually, but it's just now becoming normal to like buy an online course and learn about things online. Prior to the pandemic, it really wasn't. But now we have terms being used in the mainstream media like creator economy. This is awesome. All right. So digital course selling and stuff is in its infancy. The thing I want to declare shenanigans on, and I want to make aware to you, is this number right here in this phrase e-learning. So what they're taking into consideration here when they're like when other people that say, hey, you should learn how to create courses, it's a $3 billion market or whatever. A lot of that, or $300 billion market, a lot of that $300 billion is corporate e-learning or like educational, like institutional e-learning stuff. Like Harvard's got online courses and stuff. It's not really $374 billion worth of people buying courses on how to, get their, I don't know, how to juggle or something like that. But there are a lot of people that are actually doing that. All right. So is it a giant market? Yes. Are other people kind of inflating it? Yeah, but there's still a ton of money in it there for all of us. And the reason I wanted to show this to you is because it's easy to see that. And then it's easy to now think to yourself, okay, the only people I really see that are successful in selling courses are either these big corporate, things, or people selling courses and how to sell courses. All right. So I want to tell you a little story, and this is really cool. Um, and this is primarily about the opportunity that we have right now. So you can see my heading here is you can become a rich ghost. All right. So 20 years ago, I decided to stay hydrated. 20 years ago, I was sued by the Federal Trade Commission, which is not fun at all. It was my own damn fault. I didn't know that there was such a thing as the Federal Trade Commission, and I didn't know that there were such things as advertising regulations. I was selling a little, like, how to get rich on the internet thing, and I said something stupid like, I got rich on the internet and you can too. And you can't say that. Didn't know it at the time. Now I know it. But in 2003, they sued me and I had to give them all my money. It was very embarrassing. So I was like, I don't think I want to sell anything about business anymore because that was unpleasant and scary. So I created my first niche related information product. And you might have heard this story before, so I'll be really brief with it. When I first learned about marketing, I learned about it from buying cassette tapes. All right. So this is, I mean, I started in 99, dude. So like I bought these tapes about direct mail. I would drive around in my Toyota 4Runner and listen to these tapes about direct mail. And there was this one part of one of the tapes was talking about a dude who had made a bunch of money publishing a course for parrot owners showing them how to teach their parents to talk. And this is before online stuff was around. So the person was making money by running ads in magazines that were targeted towards parrot owners. And it was teaching, and here's how you get your parrot to talk. And I was like, well, that's the damnedest thing I've ever heard. So I was like, well, I know how to sell stuff online, and I'll just sell stuff that, I'm probably not going to get in any trouble for. So I went to a website. It was called, I think, guru.com at the time. That's changed now. But I hired somebody for like $500 to write me an ebook that taught people how to get their parrots to talk. And I didn't know a damn thing about parrots. I don't like them. I don't like want to hurt parrots or anything, but that noise, it freaks me out. It's like, I mean, dude, Jesus, I'm a little high strung that way. But anyway, I had someone write this book for me. It was an ebook. And I started selling it. And I sold it by like putting an ad in front of everyone who searched for the word parrot. It said, new book shows how to teach your parrot to talk. And I sold it as an online course. It was just a little ebook. I think it was 47 or $27. And then, like an idiot, I taught that. And then, like 9 million other people cloned the exact same product. This was like 2003 or 2004, by the way. But it was an example of like me not being an expert about something. And I just sold a product about it. And the product was actually good. All right. So that happens. And it was working. And then people copied it and then stopped working because, everybody now had a parrot book. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this again, but I'm not going to say anything about it. So I did the same thing, but I created a course about dog training. And I did it under a pen name. And this was like 2004, 2005. And I had this idea, and this is all now tying back to AI, because back when this happened, you had to do it manually, but now we have magic. So I create this course about dog training. I did a bunch of research about dog training, and I recorded myself talking into a Logitech headset, like, the kind you put on that's got the little microphone, a little, sponge thing in front of you. It was plugged into my little Gateway laptop computer. And I like made notes about dog training and I read the course material or spoke it really, into a recorder and I sold audios. of how to train your dog. All right. And it started working. And I started with Labradors because they're very popular dogs. And then for whatever I don't know how this happened. I'm going to call it dumb luck. All right. I had this idea. I was like, wait a minute. You're going to train a Labrador like for basic, dog training, not for, hunting or rescue or anything, but, sit, stay, all that kind of stuff. You're going to train a Labrador just like you would train a Shih Tzu, just like you would train a French Bulldog, just like you would train any other dog. And I had in my brain, I was like, wouldn't it be cool if I had a training course for every single breed of dog out there? Because then I could just multiply what I was doing by like X, right? And then I was like, I wonder how many different dog breeds there are in the world. And it turns out, I think this number's right, I'm going by memory. I think it's 643 or 673 different breeds of dogs. So I have this idea. Now, I don't know anything about tech stuff, especially back then. But I went on the back then version of Upwork, and I had someone build a little script for me. And here's what it did: is it took my dog training sales letter and it made it so where if someone's like went to dogthing.com/, uh, bulldog, it would say, here's how to train your bulldog. And then all of the places in the letter would say bulldog instead of dog. And if they went to /Doberman, it would say, here's how to train your Doberman. And it was just dynamically changed the sales letter based on what they said and the URL, whatever it said after the /in the website. So you could literally say dogthingy.com /butthead, and it would say, here's how to train your butthead. And I was like, okay, this is cool, but how can we make this cooler? Long story short, I had someone create a program that would go to Google and it would it took all the dog breeds in the world. So it took this big list of dog breeds. And for each dog breed, it would go to Google and it would find all of the keywords people were searching for that were related to that dog breed. And then it would create an ad for that dog breed using all of those keywords, and it would point to that dog breed's page. So what happened is in one day, I went from having one product to 643 different products. They were all the same product, but they just had a different wrapper on it because dog training is dog training. I ended up having a list of over 300,000 dog owners from that business. My biggest month in that business was $100,000. I sold one product. I didn't have any one-click upsells. I didn't have any downs. I didn't have any order bumps. I didn't have a back end. I didn't have anything. I had one $47 product about dog training that I didn't write. I spoke it, and it was my voice. I spoke it into a damn Logitech headset, and it sold for years. It sold like crazy. And eventually, I was super paranoid about people like stealing the idea because they had stolen my damn parent idea. So I wrote it all under a pen name. And eventually, I was like, okay, I'm going to teach how I did this and I'm going to sell this software. And I did. I sold that software and I did a seminar on how to do this. And the seminar was $10,000. And I sold 100 seats to it over 2 different events. And it was the first time I ever made like a shit ton of money really quickly online. And I was like, oh my God. And that is when I discovered, like that whole era was when I discovered this concept of niche marketing. And more specifically, this idea of being what I call a rich ghost, which is someone that's creating online courses and selling them, but nobody knows who you are. Now, of course, you can sell things under your own name, but there's some of y'all might be like, dude, I'm not an expert in anything. I don't want to be on camera. I don't want like anyone to bother me. I just want to sell a whole bunch of stuff. So you can do it either way. All right. And what's cool is back then it was hard. Because if you wanted to do it, let's say you wanted to create a course about ping pong or something, and you're not an expert in ping pong, you'd have to hire someone to make the course, and you'd have to do all this stuff. And it was like a pain in the ass. Check this out now. All right. Here's what is available to us now because of primarily AI. All right. So, first thing, remember earlier, I was like, dude, people are telling you there's all this money in digital course creation, but what they're not telling you is that a ton of that 300 something billion dollars is spent in corporate education. There's still a huge amount in hobby related products, right? And products that have nothing to do with like getting rich on the internet or whatever. So the first thing I did to show you this was I asked ChatGPT. I didn't think anything would happen. I thought this they would tell me nothing existed. I was like, please provide examples of successful online courses about paper airplanes. Please include sources and exclude any courses with less than 5,000 enrollment. So it couldn't give me many courses and tell me how much money they made because it's private information. Um, but I figured, well, if it's got a lot of enrollments, then it's probably making a pretty good bit of money. Dude, look at STEM activities. How to make a paper airplane launcher. It's sold on Udemy. This course teaches students how to build a launcher for paper airplanes and instructions on making different types of paper airplanes. It has over 6,000 students. I was like, okay, then. I guess people are buying all manner of other stuff, which is fantastic. All right. So, this is all again going to this idea of if you already have a course idea, great. If you're already an expert at something, awesome. If you're not an expert at anything, you don't necessarily have to be because now we have AI and here's the type of stuff that people are buying. All right. So, this is my point here. Here's another one. All right. I told the chat GPT, I said, please provide successful online courses about using Canva. I use Canva and it's pretty easy. I mean, I don't really know how to use it. So I just kind of figured my way out, like how to make basic graphics. So I probably should buy one of these courses. Again, I was like, okay, there's probably not going to be a lot. Look at this. Canva Designs for Entrepreneurs, but it's on Udemy. It has over 50,000 students have taken that course. Here's another one. Canva Masterclass. This is taught on Skillshare. 15,000 students. Canva Design Basics. That's offered by Canva themselves. My guess is that might be free, so we're not going to count that one. So let's just count the first two. Dude, how to use Canva. Okay, awesome. Let's get some more, all right? So I get a little carried away sometimes. So I like to show you cool stuff to give you ideas. So I was like, okay, that was a little techie, and then like paper airplanes, really. So then I started thinking, okay, I know that there's like huge markets that there's always money in, and one of them is relationships. So I was like, okay, provide examples of successful online courses about relationships. Please include sources. Exclude any courses with less than 5,000 enrollment. It's like just because something exists doesn't mean it's successful. You know what I mean? That's why I'm having that criteria there. I'm figuring if no one's buying it, then why would we want to use it as an example? That would be stupid. Okay, so like here's the Relationship School, 14,000 enrollments on Udemy. The Gottman Method, 10,000 enrollments. The Psychology of Attraction by Humble You, 40,000 people. The Soulmate Relationship Blueprint, 5,000 people. That's sold by Mind Valley. I know those dudes. Let's see, the Love Blueprint. I think we can say that better. Hang on. Let me fix my hair. The Love Blueprint. That by Elena Solomon. The Love Blueprint. It has 5,000 enrollments. You get 8,000, 8,000, 7,000, yada, yada, yada. Ain't got nothing to do with corporate stuff. Ain't got nothing to do with marketing. Anybody could do the research and create a course about relationships using AI, like actual good quality stuff. You can use AI to actually find out good information, deliver a good product about something like relationships. We know it sells. Look, there's been a gazillion of them. All right. So here's another one. Okay. Courses about music. Now I'm choosing these because I'm like, all right, let's get away from, and if you want to sell courses about making money, knock yourself out. That's great. But I'm trying to shatter that myth that, well, the only people that are successful with this are people that are selling marketing stuff. Not true. There's actually a huger market of people selling hobby related stuff than there are of us marketing knuckleheads. It just looks like everything's about marketing because you're retargeted by and you follow us marketing knuckleheads. Thank you for that, by the way. But the rest of the world is like they're buying all kinds of stuff, such as music production in Logic Pro X. 190,000 people learning how to use Logic Pro to play music, piano, something. 320,000 enrollments. Dude, come on. Music theory, comprehensive part one, how to read music. Okay, now these two, you probably have to know what the hell you're doing in order to teach them. This one, you probably don't, because reading music is reading music, involves no creativity. There isn't really any skill there. There's memorization of how to understand what these notes and stuff mean on a page. I used to know how to read music. It was horrible. 23,000 people. You get it, right? Guitar, 100,000 people. Singing good, 5,000 people. Music production in FL Studio, 50,000 people. Come on, get out of here. All right, so there's your music related stuff. Okay, now where the hell did the rest of my things go? Hang on. Good Lord, look at that. Okay, this one's great. All right. I was like, all right, let's find something that anyone could create. Like, so if you have no expertise in anything at all, but if you just wanted to use AI to like figure it out and actually make it good. So when I say you have no expertise in anything at all and we're going to use AI, I'm not by any means saying, oh, okay, we're going to use AI to trick people and sell garbage. Like, never do that. I'm not insinuating that you would want to, but for the record. So I was like, all right, what's a course that anybody could make? And I was like, well, you could create a course on how to become a researcher. I wonder if anybody would buy it, right? So I asked ChatGPT, here are some successful online courses about becoming a researcher. What the actual F word? Research methods, the basics and beyond. Like, I didn't think there'd be any results, dude. I'm like, who's going to want to buy a course on how to become a researcher? You know, it's like, okay, here's how to wake me up when it's over, please. But whatever. Research methods, yada, yada, yada. 96,000 people have done bought that thing. That's a whole bunch of dollar bills. Research writing, how to do a literature review? What? Who would want that? Apparently 10,000 people. Introduction to research for essay writing. 30,000 people have bought that. I would pay money to not write the essay. All right. So research methods for business students, 17,000 people. You get it, right? Any of us could use AI right now to create. It would take effort. I'm not saying it would take like 10 minutes. You know, you're not going to go to ChatGPT and say, write me a course about how to become a researcher, and then like just cut, paste, you're done. I think we all have a little more common sense than that. But we could easily use that tool to create something really, really good, and we could do it in about an afternoon's time. If we had really good focused attention, we can knock this out in a day, easy. All right. So I got a little compulsive. I did all of this yesterday, by the way. So I was like, I'm not going to make slides and bore these guys and give them lame canned presentation. I'm just going to show them what's out there. So I just started going down the rabbit hole, and I was like, all right, we've established there's a lot of money in selling digital courses. We know this already. Duh. I did want to bring to your attention, though, that like it's not all corporate and marketing stuff, and a lot of those giant numbers. It's like people selling marketing stuff, but what about other stuff? And then I was like, well, if I was watching this, I'd be thinking, well, these are all probably pretty cheap. You know, they're probably like little $30 things, and how am I going to make that work? And then there's a very good question. So it's like, okay, let's find courses that are over $300 right here. All right. Complete guitar system, $399. Become a super learner. Learn speed reading and boost memory by Jonathan Levi, almost $400. The Ultimate Ableton Live Complete. Ableton Live is a DJing software, I think. My cousin Trey's real good at it. I don't know how to use that stuff. I wish I did, though, because it looks fun. Almost 500 smackaroonies. The Ultimate Drawing Course. Okie dokie. By Jason Batchelor and Quentin Batchelor. Dude, you know, man, Quentin is legit. Is anyone named Quentin is going to be smart? Have to be. What are you going to name your kid Quentin and they're going to turn out dumb? Like, of course not. This Quentin person's got to be a genius. With a name like that, super smart. I would buy it. $319. All right. I'm omitting stuff that's like super technical. Complete filmmaker guide. Become an incredible video creator. $399. After Effects $319. You get it. And I was like, well, I wonder if there's even more professional stuff. So then I was like, show me some that are like over $500. Photography $549. Drawing $597. Guitar picking $597. Watercolor techniques $597. High-end blocking and staging. Ain't even know what that is. $5.99. Professional actors workshop. $750. The online cooking school. $1,299. Good for them, man. I mean, hell yeah, you know. Ultimate photography learning experience. $1,500. I'm rounding up. All right. How to draw real good. $597. How to use Excel. I mean, my man Kyle Pugh over here, God love him, don't know him personally, probably an amazing course, but I'm just saying this dude is a genius because he's getting people to pay $500 to do one of the most boring and horrible tasks in the world, which is messing around with spreadsheets. Like, what? Okay, you win forever, sir. You get it. The opportunity is ridiculous. All right. And up until now, up until November of 2022, when ChatGPT came out, in order for us to really take advantage of this, because the demand for hobby based things has always been around, it just grew exponentially once COVID hit because everyone got stuck at home and the entire world got used to doing this right here and watching stuff. And then they decided they wanted to learn things, and those habits never changed. So the demand for stuff like this has gone up. We've always had the ability to, like, you know, have other people make stuff for us and things like that. But now we have ourselves this AI business, all right, and the AI thing is super cool because using the methods I showed you earlier, and of course, like I'm just giving a quick, you know, 10,000 foot overview of how to just tell Chat GPT to outline something and then how to start creating the content. You can make a course about anything, right? Which is fantastic. So the big deal is, well, great, but how do you actually sell this stuff? And what's the formula for success with it? And I'll tell you, there's three steps to it. All right. So thing number one is you got to find the secret sauce. Okay. So if you don't take anything from this training, please take this one thing. Don't go sell or create and try to sell an online course unless you know. I guess you'll never know for sure because we're not psychic, but if you have like overwhelming evidence, super strong, I couldn't open my own water bottle. Hang on. Don't be messing with this stuff unless you have overwhelming evidence that the course will sell and you have overwhelming evidence as to why people will buy it. All right. So I'm going to say it again. Don't mess with any of this unless there is overwhelming evidence. You never know for sure. We're not magic. We don't have a crystal ball. But unless you've got like unbelievable, just mountains of evidence that, yeah, people are buying the hell out of this kind of thing. You got that, and you know exactly why they're buying it. So I call this finding the secret sauce. All right. And you can use AI to go into a market and analyze information products that are sold in that market. You can get it to compile all of the best sellers in that market. Then you can get AI to find the commonalities of those best sellers, meaning, okay, we have 5 courses about photography that are all like really, really selling well. These are the 5 best selling things about photography on the planet. Now we know, okay, well, there probably people are buying stuff about photography. All right, we got that. You know, we can see everything being sold about photography now, thanks to AI. But what if you're not teaching people what they want to know? So then it'll actually go and be like, all right, it'll look at all of these courses and like save us a million years of actually having to go through this material, and it'll find out what they have in common. So now you're like, okay, these are the 5 best-selling courses on the planet in photography, and here are the 5 things they all have in common. Now, what do you got? Now you know what the hell to make, right? Because you know what people want to buy. Otherwise, they wouldn't be buying those 5 things, right? They wouldn't be buying those courses if they didn't want that specific thing, those specific things they all have in common. You follow the logic here? So now you know exactly what to make. You know for sure that this is what people want to buy because these are the commonalities of the best sellers, right? And then what are we going to make our course about? we're going to make the course contain those commonalities. Hang on, that's 11:37. My little shades are coming up here. Happens every time. Hopefully it won't lose my microphone connection. Give me a second here. Very professional, y'all. I'm still here. I promise. There we go. You see it back in the, well, I guess you probably couldn't see them coming out, but I got a smart home, but the smart home ain't got a smart liver in it. That's me. I don't know where the directions are to use the thing, so every freaking day those shades come up, and it's like 1,000,000,000 degrees heat. Anyway, the question now becomes, all right, well, do I make a book? Do I make it a modulated course with videos? Do I do like book plus audio book? How much do I charge for it? And all of that kind of stuff. Well, guess what you can do? You can use AI to tell you the answers, because you can use AI to tell you all of the types of things that are in that niche that are being sold at different price points, just like I just showed you. Remember, I showed you the results. Hey, show me these courses that are selling for over this amount of money, etc. You can find it, and then now you'll know, right? And what's really cool is you can use AI to actually create videos. Now, there's two ways you can do this. The way that people are going to tell you to do it, because it's flashy and it sounds exciting, is they're going to try to distract you, and they're going to be like, dude, did you know that there's all these tools and you can use it to clone your own voice or use anyone's voice, and then you can just cut stuff from ChatGPT and then it'll like just make videos for you and shit like that. And that is true. It exists. Here's the problem. The people who buy the course, they're going to be like, this sounds like a freaking robot and this kind of sucks. So A, I wouldn't do it for that reason. B, doing it like that is a major pain in the ass, because I tried it. Because when I first heard about it, I was like, oh my God, I can just like do all this cool ideas that I have without having to do anything. And it actually takes 20 million years to get the damn thing to sound like you or whoever you want it to. And then it never sounds quite right. And then like trying to turn that into a video at the press of a button, it ends up being terrible. However, okay, you can do it. It's just more work than if you did it the other way, which is talk into the voice recorder on your phone, then use one little video maker app that I will show you how to use, and turn it into a video from there. And you can actually add graphics and stock footage, and you can even have it create slides for you. I actually could have had AI create this webinar presentation for me, but I didn't want to, because I wanted to not have to like cut and paste stuff. And I kind of did this at the last minute because I didn't realize how much doing 3 live Zooms would have taken out of me yesterday. You get it though. Create the course. All right. Different types of courses. Incidentally, the question is, what do you create? And that's something that needs to be answered. All right. And then third, sell the course. And this is what like nobody tells you. This is why I'm kind of breezing over course creation. I'm like, dude, it's really not that big of a deal, especially with AI. Like you just get the written material, and then you either just have a written course, or if you want to do multimedia, you read stuff into a microphone. And if you really don't want to do that, you can use the AI voice generated things, which is harder than reading into a microphone. Selling the course. That's where the money is. Dude, we could create gazillion courses. Like, okay, great. Well, now we can create 20 million courses, but how are we going to sell it? All right. That's the thing that is of absolute critical importance. And the answer to that question is going to be, it depends on the course type. All right. So here are, and keep in mind, I've been selling online courses since 1999, which is like 800,000 million years on the internet, so that's a lot of time. All right. And so it depends on the course. So if you have, let's say, a front end, what do we call it? Liquidator. Right. So like my $4 bundle thing, or a book funnel or something like that, the typical sales process works like this. Sales page, it could be a video sales page or written, doesn't matter. 2-step order form. All right, a 2-step order form is when someone starts to order, they give their name, email address, and then they hit next, and then it takes them to the order form. The reason why you want to get that is because you have a cart abandoned. That's if the people, when they start to order and they don't, you have a little series of emails saying, hey, go back and buy the thing. And then it's going to need to have upsells. All All right, so this is your stuff that's like if you have things that are, under $50 or so, that's this. All right. And by the way, the reason I showed you all that research of like, hey, show me courses that were more expensive is because I want you to realize that you can sell this stuff for like pretty good amounts of money. You don't have to sell little cheap $50 things or whatever. All right, now let's talk about a mid-range. Okay. So front-end liquidators are typically going to be like an ebook or whatever, or they could be like a video or two. Right. So now we have, I really like to refer to these as bread and butter. Okay. So we drive traffic to an opt-in page. All right. And so usually the best way to do this is you're driving traffic to an opt-in page, and the opt-in page offers educational content about how to do something. This is how I sold my dog training thing. I can remember the ad like it was yesterday. Warning, do not try to train your Doberman until you read this shocking report. They opted in, and then they saw my sales letter for the dog training product. All right, so you opt in, and now this is important. All right, we have an educational pitch. This can be written, or it can be in video, or it can be a combination of the two. But it needs to be an educational pitch. All right, so bread and butter products, by the way, we're going to just call these under $1,000. Okay, so opt in to educational pitch. Then when they go to order, of course, you have your two-step order form because not everyone who starts to order is going to purchase. And then if you want to have upsells in there, you can. All right, and then to really make this cool, we're going to have deadline follow-up. Okay, and then now we have our third kind, which is going to be high ticket. And just for the ease of definition here, all right. High ticket can be, let's say it's anything over $1,000. And these rules aren't set in stone. I'm just telling you, this is the formulas I've seen work across working with 80-something thousand paying customers and counting. Seriously, we've literally had that many paying customers in our business. Here's how this works, all right? Opt-in, educational long form pitch, aka webinar or on-demand class or whatever. Okay, two-step order form, or if it's very high ticket, application. All right, and then we're going to do cart abandon if you're sending them to an order form, or phone call if they're applying. I'm sure you've seen the high ticket phone funnels before, so you know how that works. So if you're selling a thing, they can buy right there. Then hey, click here to order, and then they can just buy it. Or if you're selling a $10,000 program, hey, click here to apply to our program. So it's going to be one of those two. And then you typically don't have upsells, but you do have follow-up, right? And these are really your big three methods of selling information products. This is it. Okay, we could complicate this, and I could try to confuse you and overwhelm you and be like, if you give me a shit ton of money, I'll show you the magic formula. But these are the processes. These are the funnels that work. Okay, I'm telling you this again. Since 1999, I've been selling information products and have worked with over, I shit you not, 80,000 paying customers. Mainly because I've just been doing it forever. All right, so this is how you sell them. Okay, so what we know is this. We know thing number one, there's a lot of money in digital courses, and it's not just how to get rich on the internet, and it's not just business related. You can sell stuff like that if you want to, of course, you should, but you don't have to go and pretend to be a marketing guru or anything, because we have concrete evidence beyond any shadow of a doubt that people are buying a metric boatload of courses that are hobby related and skill related, like how to draw, and how to have a good relationship, and how to become a researcher. It's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. So now we know this to be true. We also know that we can create a course pretty easily with AI. I showed you how to get started doing it, all right? And we know that we have three really can't miss frameworks for selling online programs. Depending on price, you follow any of these. So here's my big pitch to you, all right? What I want to offer to you is a mentorship All right, this isn't a course. This is a mentorship. It's not super expensive. Don't worry. And I call this Creator AI. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to work together over the course of 6 weeks to create and sell an information course, an online course from scratch over 6 weeks. And I'm actually going to do it with you. So you're going to look over my shoulder as I do it as well. And here's where we're going to start. All right, this is what you're going to learn how to do during this training with me. In case you're wondering, the training starts on Monday. I deliver it just like I do my live trainings. I will deliver the recorded material at the beginning of every week, and then every Thursday we'll have a live Q&A call. You want to stick around for this because I'm not selling you this course. I'm giving this to you. All right, so it's a bribe, but I'm giving it to you. Here's what you're going to learn. First freaking thing we got to do is we got to find the secret sauce. All right, so I'm going to show, because I messed around with this. I figured it out. I will show you how to do what we talked about earlier, which is like have an overwhelming stack of evidence that people are buying the course that you were thinking about creating. All right, thing number A is here to validate. And then we're going to have an overwhelming stack of evidence of here's why they're buying it. Here's exactly what they are looking for. All right, and so now we'll know what to do. Our next mission is we're going to create the product. And during this, I'll show you how to create things like books. I'll show you how to create videos, faceless videos without you being in them, but they're still good. We can clone a voice, use a robot voice if you want to, but it's really so much easier just to do it the way I'm going to show you how to do it. You don't have to be on camera, I promise you. So I'll show you how to create multiple or multimedia products as well. And I'll show you how to create bread and butter products that are mid-range prices. I'll show you how to create modulated courses, which is what this is. I'll show you how to make all those things because I've only made like 1 billion of them. All right. And then we will, based on, this is why this is a mentorship program and not just like a random online course, because we need to like actually interact. Based on the type of product you make, we're going to create your funnel process. All right. Remember, I showed you there's 3. And which one you use is really going to depend on what it is you're selling. And typically that's the price point related. Low price, you can have one method. Higher price, you need a different type of funnel. And here is where the real money is. And that is we're going to create your follow-up systems. Because one thing I can tell you for sure, after having done this since 1999, is I know without any question of a doubt that this one law exists. It's called the law of Dammits. And the law of Dammit states that the overwhelming majority of people are not going to do what you want them to do. So if we build the greatest funnel ever, all right, and we have created the greatest product in the world, and we know people want it because we found the secret sauce, and we have an overwhelming stack of evidence. If we have all of this in our favor, still, the overwhelming amount of people that go to our sales page and like start to order, they're not going to buy. The overwhelming amount of people who opt in, they're not going to actually watch your video pitch, or they're not going to read your sales letter. The overwhelming amount of people who register for your webinar aren't going to attend if you're doing an automated webinar or whatever. It's called the law of Dammits. It's just true. It's not about you. You ain't anything wrong. It's just how it works. It's people are human, right? I mean, we had over 1,000 people register for this. All right. And there are 483 people on right now, which is actually kind of crazy. I expected less people on. So thank you all for being here. That's awesome. So this, nobody teaches this because I guess it's not sexy or whatever. We're going to build this sucker and we're going to use AI to write all of this stuff. So all these things we're doing, we're using AI to do it. So it's not like you got to sit and have a blank piece of paper and it's going to be horrible or anything. You just have to make sure you tell the AI what to do. Hang on. And then sprinkle a little magic human dust on there so you're not putting out stuff that's dumb. All right. Now, once we have that set up, now you're in a position to get people to your site. And we're going to do it 2 ways. First thing I'm going to show you how to do is a social takeover. I have figured out how to use AI to do 2 things. Number 1, find out every single question that your market is asking that is related to what it is you're selling. So if you're selling a course on how to play tennis, I know how to find out every single question your market is asking about playing tennis. And I know how to automate the process of creating social media posts that answer those questions and posting them. and I'll show you how to do that. That's how we do something called a social takeover, and that is very simple to do. And once we have done that, we can then start creating very simple ads that now drive people to the funnel that we built that is selling exactly what people want to buy. And so the name of this program is Creators AI. All right. And if you want to enroll, you can for free because I'm giving it to you when you become an annual user. This is the page to go to, by the way. It's rainmakerai.com/go, G-O. I'm going to paste that in here for you, hopefully. Okay. Hopefully this will work. Phew. All right. rainmakerai.com/go. All right. I am giving you this training for $0 when you become an annual user of Rainmaker AI. Rainmaker AI is our platform that we have built. It was built on the operating system by a software called High Level, and then we customized it with all of my IP. We started it in September, and it does all of the tech stuff for you. So remember these things right here? Here's what the order form looks like, by the way. There's nothing fancy. I'll tell you about the bonuses in a minute. But this is why you want this. Aside from the training itself, doesn't matter if you make the best course in the world. You have got to have a good sales process. You have to have a good sales system or no one's going to buy it. So what this sucker does is I went and I took all of my funnels personally that I have used, like not all of them, some of them sucked. So the good ones, and I took my 14 best ones and I templatized them. So you can just use them as plug and play. All right. So it's like, here's the funnel template, here's the copy template, and we're going to use AI to write the copy anyway. So all the web pages and stuff, they're already done based on, they're all specifically for info products, based on what it is you're selling. All right. So we have 14 of those. It also automates all of your follow-up, and it's pre-built. Okay. So this is important. Like if someone were to give their name and email address here, but they wouldn't order, it would be a good idea to send them an abandoned cart sequence with a deadline. So I could tell you to do that. I'd be like, hey man, you should have an abandoned cart sequence with a deadline. And you're like, great, how do I do that? And I could be like, well, here's how you do it. And you're like, man, that's a pain in the ass. You know why? Because it is a pain in the ass. It's already built for you. So in Rainmaker AI, you click a blue square that says email and you edit it. And that's all. All of the tech stuff, all the timers, all of the things to look and see if they bought, and all the automated stuff, it is already built for you. There are over 24 different follow-up campaigns that are already built. They're already made. You just fill in the blanks of the emails, and guess what's in the emails? Copy templates that I wrote. So you can fill in the blanks of my copy templates, or we can have AI write the copy, because I know how to use AI to write pretty freaking good email copy. And I'll show you how to do it during this class, which is free. Now, also what we do for you when you use Rainmaker AI is we help you set it up for $0, as in no money. It don't cost you nothing to do it. We literally get on Zoom with you one-on-one and just help you set everything up. Like, all right, what kind of funnel do you want to use? Cool, okay, we'll help you set that up. All right, which email sequence do you think we should use? Oh, okay, man, let's use this one. All right, great, we'll help you set that up. So you don't have to figure it out and read the directions. I'm not reading the freaking directions. I know you don't want to. We'll just jump on Zoom with you for free and do it. If you go to rainmakerai.com, which you're welcome to join there, that would be awesome, because the premier package, which is what you get a year's worth of for free when you enroll right now, that is $499 a month. All right. You're getting this when you enroll in this. So I'm giving you a year's access to Rainmaker AI with all of this stuff for $14.97 right now today. And you're getting this brand new training, never taught before, teaching it live. We start on Monday. I'm giving you this for free when you become, I'm calling it a Rainmaker AI Insider. That is an annual user, and it does all this cool stuff I showed you. Additionally, every single Thursday, what I do for all of our users is I host a live Q&A Zoom call where I just answer your questions about marketing and stuff. Just help you in any way I can. I've been doing it ever since we started. You'll have access to me every single week in this live Zoom Q&A call for a year. All right. That comes with this. That is free. All right. So I'm giving you the course for free. You're buying 1 year's access to Rainmaker AI, but instead of $5,988, it is one-time payment of $14.97. That gets you everything. This thing's got so many features, I will bore you if I tell you about the features. So it's like, dude, it literally replaces everything you're using. Seriously, you don't have to use any other tech anymore. Everything's under one roof. All right. I will also, as a bonus, give you our Rainmaker certification. I created this in 2021 because when I had an agency, we couldn't find talent. We couldn't find anyone that actually knew how to do agency stuff, like create ads and run ads. And we hired a headhunting firm to help us find someone, and they said, good luck. They took our money. They told us they probably weren't going to be able to find anybody, and they were right. They couldn't. So I was like, shit, there's huge demand for this. So I sold that for $9,800. I'm going to give that to you for free. I'm also going to give you the recordings, which you probably never heard of this because I only sold it one time. The recordings for my Sandor certification. I don't. Oh, I do have one private client now, but I don't do private client stuff anymore. But when I did, it was 40 grand a year, and I used a process with these clients called Sandor. And Sandor is a method where you look at any business and you find instant ways to increase their revenue. It doesn't. You don't do it with startups. You do it with existing businesses. And so I'm going to give you the recordings of that, so you'll be able to have like a brain transplant. So like, here's all the stuff that people paid me 40 grand to do. You'll know how to do it. Most people end up doing it for their own business. All right. You also have daily live office hours with my team every day. So if you need help, like setting up your course or whatever, or, doing like the important things, like making sure your email stuff works or anything you need, like, dude, how do I make this button red or whatever? Every day, free. You just freaking hop on. We're there. We like doing it. And we have a private members only community, which is actually being built today for Rainmaker AI insiders only. So we'll all be able to work through this process together. So if you want to join in this, go to rainmakerai.com/go. All right. And hop on in. Again, this is very limited. I didn't put a timer on this thing because I forgot to, but I'm not going to take a lot of people for this because that's dumb. We have a lot of people paying monthly and they're happy. So why would I want to shoot myself in the foot that way? But I did want to see like what this would look like as a test if I made this offer. So I guess I will know once I'm done making it. And I want to create a new course anyway. So I figured might as well let you guys look over my shoulder as I use AI to do it. So again, to be clear, in Creators AI, the course that you're getting for free when you become a Rainmaker annual user, otherwise known as a Rainmaker AI Insider, I'm not only showing you how to do all of these things, I'm actually doing it with you. So I will be creating a course along with you so you can look over my shoulder as I do it. I always figure demonstration is the best way to teach anything. So that's what we're going to be doing together. Rainmakerai.com/go. G-O spells go. And hopefully I have someone for doing the old Q&A there with me, I think. Tyler, you want? Yeah, you are cool. Thanks, man. Sorry, dude. Of course, like, let me take a giant gulp of water wrong, right when I'm supposed to answer that question. Thursday's 11. No, Thursday's noon. I'm sorry. Noon, not 11. You can upgrade. So go here, and then we'll cancel your monthly subscription. I tried to filter y'all out. We'll cancel your monthly subscription, and then we'll make you annual. So we got you. I don't think you would need anything. We're going to be using ChatGPT, which I bought ChatGPT Pro because a while back it was like crashing all the time, and I don't think it does anymore. So I haven't really noticed a big difference between the Pro and the other one. But if you want to buy ChatGPT Pro, you can. I think it's $20 a month or something like that. There is one plugin that I like, and it's $70. I will recommend you use it. You don't have to, but I do recommend it. You don't see it here. It's a research tool that I recommend. And then if you want to do video stuff, all right, there is a tool that I use that I believe is $20 a month or $10 a month. I can't remember. And so those are the big ones right there. That's kind of the suite of stuff. Rainmaker AI will host your like membership sites and all of that kind of stuff. It's essentially works just like Kajabi does. So I noticed some like, hey, does it have this feature? Does it have that feature? So it's got an obnoxious and overwhelming amount of features. Here are the ones that are going to be more relevant to folks like us. Hang on. It has a video hosting thing, so you don't need Wistia or whatever anymore. It has all the funnels that I told you about, or you just create them from scratch. If you have a ClickFunnels page, for example, that's made in the original ClickFunnels, you can literally paste it into our funnel builder, and it'll just put it in there. It's ridiculous. Make sure it's yours, please. Don't steal anyone else's ClickFunnels page. I'm not saying that tongue in cheek. I'm serious. That would not be very nice to do. So it's got all the classic funnel pages and everything. Dude, it can track how long people watch videos on your pages. So if they don't watch your sales letter, then or your sales video, or if they don't finish it, or if they get to the order part and they don't buy, we can fire off automated emails. It has all of that stuff built in there. It's crazy. It has two-way chat. It's got order forms that are pre-built by me, so they convert order bumps, one-click upsells, downsells, calendar, so you don't have to have an online calendar, applications. So if you're selling high ticket and you want people to apply for stuff, it's got that. What am I missing? Oh, dude, it integrates with Facebook. So we have a Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn and damn it, I'm forgetting the other big social network because I'm 51. Twitter, yeah, it's got automated posting and stuff. So like you can just schedule all your posts from there. But dude, this is where it gets ridiculous. So if someone DMs you, it can actually have a conversation with them over DM. Now we could like tweak it with ChatGPT and stuff. I don't recommend you do that. So the way we use it is like, hey, DM me with the word, Elvis or something. And I actually did a test on social media and shot a video of how I did this. DM me with the word Elvis, and then it'll like say, okay, cool, what's your email address? And then boom, it just stores it in the system. You don't have to use any other integration. It's amazing. And then it's like, cool, man, all right, what's your phone number? And then boom, it stores it in the system. So it does all of that stuff, direct integration with Facebook and Instagram for the messaging thing. It's crazy. It integrates directly with Facebook for conversions. So your sales tracking is actually accurate. And it's like, it replaces, I used to spend $1,500 a month for tracking software, and it's completely unnecessary now. Because if you sell something on Rainmaker, like imagine how accurate this is. Like someone hits your page, which is hosted on Rainmaker. By the way, you can have as many pages, as many domains as you want. Don't worry about it. Surely, if you had like 20 million domains or something, I would call you and be like, dude, come on. But you know what I mean. But they hit your page that's hosted on Rainmaker. They opt into a form that's on Rainmaker. They buy on an order form that's on Rainmaker. Dude, we're tracking everything everyone ever does in your system. And we can tell you how much each ad made, what the last ad they clicked on, what the first ad was that they clicked on. It is bonkers.com.biz. Am I missing anything? I mean, there's other stuff that it can do, but, you know, yeah, it does. Yeah, yeah, it's built in. So, like in our funnels, you don't have to build a new lead form. You're using one of my funnels. You're like, oh, the form's already there. It's like already built. As many as you want, but please don't store like 10,000 or something. We have, last I looked, 300 something users. So like we've only been around since September, and we started out and it was like I spent a lot of time redesigning the user interface and recustomizing and simplifying it. I didn't take features away, I just made it easier to use. And we've never had a thing where someone's had too many, but surely it's possible, you know what I mean? But, consider it as many as you want, but please don't put more than, 100 different domains or something. Don't abuse us, please. It does, yeah, and we'll remind you because I don't want to get anyone mad at me. So we'll send the little things like, "Hey, your subscription's renewing," and if you don't want to renew annual, then you can just do it the retail monthly price if you want to. After a year, it's up to you. Hmm. Dude, no, no. So I was able to stop paying $2,000 a month to Active Campaign once I used this. So we used this is built on a system called High Level. That's the operating system, and we used that for a year before I customized it with my stuff. So it's kind of like we built a hot rod that's got a Ford motor, that kind of analogy or whatever. But like all the body and all of that other stuff is us, and we used it for over a year because I didn't want to sell something that broke. I don't want people pissed at me. I mean, it's important and I want to use the platform that we have, and it needs to work really well in order for me to use it. So it literally replaces any funnel builder you have, any opt-in page builder thing you have. You can do blogs on this stuff and do WordPress on it if you want to, but you can also get rid of it. It replaces chatbot thing that you have. It replaces any email thingy that you have. It replaces any video player thingy that you have. If you're doing automated webinars, you can just use our on-demand webinars. Now they're not as fancy; it doesn't show like fake chat and stuff. But do you really want to show fake chat anyway? So you don't need to do that anymore because we got all that handled. It replaces any text reminder thingy. It replaces calendars. What am I missing? Any shopping cart that you're using, it replaces it. So it is the entire package for anyone that's creating info products. And like Tyler mentioned earlier, it replaces anything you're hosting your courses on. So it works, the course modules and setup and all that stuff works just like Kajabi. Yep. Hey, that's a good sign, by the way. So anyone going, I wonder if this thing is worth the shit or if Frank just has to church it up with this course in order to get people to use it. And the fact that we have existing users going, damn, dude, I want to upgrade and take advantage of this should be a pretty good testament to the fact that it's a good system and that we take good care of our customers. The reason I built this is because I'm 51 years old and I live actually really clean now. Like I'm pretty freaking healthy. But up until age 50, I hit it really freaking hard, and I was like, I could die. And so I wanted to build something that'll outlast me and that can go to my family. And I'm not sick or anything, but I was like, I want to build like a forever thing, that's not about me necessarily, but something that people can use forever and ever and ever, and that will continue to provide for my family. So we take this really freaking seriously. This isn't like, oh, it's my new toy. This is the flavor of the week thing. You just don't see me promote this a lot because we promote it and then we get feedback and then we tweak and adjust and then we promote it again and we get feedback. And we've been doing that since September, and now I think we've got it nailed. And there's probably people that use it in the chat, and hopefully they're telling me that they like it. I would assume they do if they're asking if they can upgrade. It's awesome. So every day we have live office hours, and we've only got 300 something people on here. So it's pretty damn quick. If you want to jump on a live office hours call, that's probably the best course of action because it's not like they're crowded. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I've got to get on here with 300 other people or something. So that's one great way to get support. And we also do it by email, and our turnaround time is pretty damn fast. Yep. Though I missed the last part. Bank side? Oh, we integrate with Stripe and PayPal. Yep. Yeah, you can start from scratch. So when I first built it, we had 160 different funnels. And people were like, where the hell do I start with this thing? And it overwhelmed people. So now there are 14, and they're built specifically for creators. But you can import anything that you want that you're allowed to import from ClickFunnels. Like literally, you just paste in the ClickFunnels webpage, and it just I don't know how the hell it does that. It's magic. Ask the engineers; they're smart, you know. And you can of course create anything you wanted to from scratch. So you can make a gazillion of them. But I deliberately removed all of these nonsense funnels that nobody was really using and stripped it down to the 14 pre-made ones that are based on the ones that I've actually been using and that make money, like this particular page right here. This is one of ours. And I'm like, well, this, you know, and this is called a quick sale funnel. So this is literally, I use our quick sale template and built this thing, you know, this morning. And here it is. It's all very, very easy to use. But if you want to go hog wild, you can build a gazillion different designs and stuff if you want in there. Yeah, I mean, it's anything that you're selling, assuming that you've got a good sales process. So, will Rainmaker AI as a software platform work if you're sending YouTube ads traffic to it? Well, yeah, if your funnel has the right message and the ad is good and you're selling something people want, yes. Yeah. I don't think it does the 2.0 landing pages though. Yeah. Dude, thank y'all for wanting to do that. That's really cool, by the way. I appreciate that because it's good feedback for us. Because I'm always worried um, that, like, oh man, I hope everybody likes it, you know. And so the fact that you want to do this means we're doing a good job. I'm like, all right, yay, we're doing a good job. That's good. Yeah, it is. That's where we get you. Tyler, I forgot what the cost is for a phone number if you want one. So we have like two-way texting and automated texting, like all this crazy stuff in there. You can use it as a dialer. I didn't mention any of that because most course creators don't care about that kind of stuff. But we do have it in there, and I forgot what our exorbitant cost for a phone number is. That's how we get you. It's that $2. You don't need to, like, dude. If you're just selling courses, you don't need like disregard this entire part about phone numbers and stuff. Because like you know, why are you gonna call anybody? But you can use this thing as a dialer, and it's freaking crazy good. And you can also use it for automated texting. So here's how the usage fees work. All right, as an annual user, you get a hair over 240,000 email sends for the year. All right, so you can send a quarter million emails for the year, and it ain't gonna cost you anything. Every email over that, Tyler, I can't remember, is it 0.00017 cents? It's like a fraction of a penny, but it's something, and I can't remember what it is though. That's yeah. So we got you for your first 250,000 or so emails, but after that, I mean, dude, if you're sending that many emails, it's irrelevant. You're not going to care, you know. But we have to pay for email, so I'm just passing the cost over to you as well, and that's what it is. And then texting, what's our cost per text? We get you get like 1,000 of them. So annual, you get around I want to say 13,000 text messages for the year. And over that, what is our cost per text? So 10 texts for a penny. Yeah, I mean, it's negligible, but I mean, it's there, you know, so it exists. And if you hit those, if you have to actually end up paying for that stuff, then you're doing something pretty right because you're getting leads and you're talking to them. It is the premier, so it's got all the bells and whistles. It's the absolute top level of service that we have. Uh, I really just wanted to see what would happen if I made an annual offer. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, this whole thing, I knew I wanted to create a course and like show you all how to use AI to create products because that's a huge block for a lot of people that we work with. They're like, man, I'm almost ready to start it, but it's taking me forever to make this course. I'm like, dude, we got to fix this. So I was like, well, I want to teach people how to do it. And I also see people promoting stuff, and I'm like, man, this is so stupid. Like, it's really not that hard to do all of this stuff. No one's talking about what's important, which is make sure you're selling things people want to buy, A, and then make sure you can actually sell it, B. And so that's why I created that. So it's really a big experiment. And I think it's working based on the fact that y'all are still here and asking these buying questions, which is great. Yay. But I'm not going to keep it up for long because Rainmaker AI is like if our monthly users, the average monthly user pays just over 3,500 bucks a year. So this is a huge discount on it. And I forgot the timer up here, but I don't know. I, I don't think I'll keep it up forever. We shall see about all that. No, like refer to our earlier conversation about how many you send. So you can send as many as you want. We cover your first 250,000 of them, and anything over that is like a fraction of a cent per email. So whatever it was, $10 is about 13,000 emails, 11,000 emails, or something. Yeah. So every 13,000 emails. So once like, all right, you send a 250,000 emails for nothing, but then afterwards is $10 per 13,000 emails that you send. So this is big. So you look at like Active Campaign, which is great, by the way. I used Active Campaign for years. Same thing with Infusionsoft, by the way, or Keep as they're called now. I used them for years. I still have some of my list on Infusionsoft because they're not very active, and I don't want to mess up our deliverability. I'm telling you about it. But they're charging you for the amount of contacts that you have, which is stupid. So for a year, we didn't use Active Campaign at all, but I stored my database on there because I just wanted, like, in case someone said, "Hey, you know, I didn't subscribe. I wanted to be able to show like I got all the data and everything." It cost me 2 grand a month just to have the database on there. It's stupid. So we don't do that. We're just you pay for what you use, and you get to use a lot up until you have to start paying. Yeah, average person ain't gonna have to pay. You know, I mean, most folks aren't gonna hit that amount of email sends, and if you do, then you're not gonna care about the little tiny fraction of a cent. Oh no, this are they still funky? All right, maybe I was too far away. Yep, you can. No, dude, it will help with writing a book and creating multimedia courses as well. So writing a book is like the easier part of this. You know, that's really simple. But I want to show you how to not only write a book, but also create multimedia courses so you can sell them for more money if you want to, meaning containing stuff like videos and quizzes, by the way. So, if I did a little research and a lot of stuff that sells for higher amounts of money has quizzes. Who knew? Like that's the one differentiator, which are creatable by AI, which is awesome. And we can actually quiz people through our membership system in Rainmaker AI, which is awesomer. So how about that? Pretty cool. Dude, sweet. All right, y'all. So thank you, everyone who has taken me up on this. I wouldn't mess around because I'll probably take this thing down. Um, and thanks for like listening to me kind of do this to a degree off the cuff. I thought about it a lot, but I didn't make fancy slides, but I like presenting in real life anyway. Again, rainmakerai.com/go. You see the pricing on the homepage. This is a lot cheaper than the freaking pricing. All right. So it's good. And I'm giving you this course for free. And even if you didn't pay attention to any of it, you could just get on Zoom with me every Thursday and ask me stuff, and it would be worth your money. Because sometimes I'm right about marketing stuff. You never know. So go ahead, rainmaker.com or rainmakerai .com/go. And I'll talk to you all shortly. Class starts on Monday. Our first call is the Thursday after that, whatever day that is. Don't know. But we'll send you all the details. Okay, you guys take it easy and see you later.